So generally, as soon as I upload a video to YouTube, I let it process and then I grab the YouTube transcript. Once I'm there, or once I have the YouTube transcript, what I do is I have a form right here, which allows me to insert the YouTube video URL and the YouTube transcript. So I insert this right here, and this, after every seconds, generates a video description right here. It generates a list of tags. It gives me thumbnail ideas based on that transcript, which we can see right here. So YouTube image prompt. It also creates suggested titles. So here are 10 suggested and clear YouTube video titles based on the content. And finally, it also creates a YouTube or a WordPress article based on that transcript. So that is what I have right here. What I want to show you today is another addition I'm going to make to this whole workflow, which at the moment has two different routes. So it creates a description, tags, suggested titles, choose title, and then saves everything to Airtable. That's the first thing I showed you. Then it goes ahead and creates the YouTube or the WordPress article and saves that to Airtable and sends me a message on Telegram. What I want to do today is add another route right here, which would allow me to take that same content and have a LinkedIn post that is ready for review. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add another column, which I'm going to call LinkedIn post, which will come in handy as I want to start posting more to LinkedIn. So let's just do this and we'll go down the route right here and make those changes. The way I foresee this happening is that I take the transcript, I decide what type of content this best falls under. So over here, I have a post, which is 7 types of content frameworks. And this comes directly from one of the communities I'm in, which is this AI marketers that Andrew and Hansen run. So over here, this is the community, AI marketers. Highly suggest you check it out if you're into the combination of AI and marketing. And one of the posts right here is about these different types of content that you can have and the frameworks for each. So there's the AI content suggestion framework, the semantic search, the single topic, 30-day buyer's journey. So what I'm going to do is copy this. I'm going to go to my NA10 instance and I'm going to have an OpenAI module or node that decides which type of content to best use in this case. Then based on that, it will create a post based on the transcript that it would have been fed right here. So over here, I'm just going to have an OpenAI node. I'm going to message a model. Let's choose 4.1 here. And my system prompt would be, the user will give you a video transcript that will be turned into a LinkedIn post. Your job is to decide. Let me give it a few seconds to catch up here because it seems that everything is freezing. Your job is to decide which of the frameworks best fits the post. Here are the frameworks. I'm just going to paste the frameworks right there. And I'm going to say only output the framework name, nothing else. So what I want is that the first OpenAI module will decide which framework to use, and then the second one will actually create the post. So here I'm going to add another message. I'm going to have it be the user. And what I'm going to do is connect this to the transcript that would have come in from the user. So here I'm just going to pass along the YouTube transcript. Let's test this step. And I'm going to call this the framework selector. So here, this decided that based on this transcript, which is about, I will show you how to create a fully automated login protected dashboard using software. I'll reveal how to set up a smart trial system that limits usage and prompts user to subscribe. This decided that the AI content suggestion framework would be the best bet for this. So this is about cultivating trust methodically by approaching a topic in ways that trigger results from framework, numbers, etc., etc. Okay, great. So now what I'm going to do is have another OpenAI node that will be the LinkedIn post creator. And over here, what I'm going to say is the user will give you a video transcript and a framework of choice, which is discussed in more detail below. Again, let me give it a few seconds to catch up because my computer is a bit slow today. And I'm just going to say your job is to convert the YouTube transcript into a ready to post LinkedIn post based on the selected framework. Do not write anything else apart from this. Do not use other frameworks for your output. Okay. Do not write anything else apart from this. This is really taking its sweet time. Don't write anything else apart from this. Don't use other frameworks apart for your output. Okay, great. So now we have the transcript, which will come from the on-form submission. So let's drag and drop that right there. And let's also have the framework to use. And this will use the framework that comes from the framework selector. Sweet. Let's test the step. And let's see what we get. The final step, once this works, is saving everything to Airtable and notifying the user, potentially. Imagine building a custom dashboard, complete with login, content generation, request handling, all without writing a single line of code. If this seems out of reach, think again. Here's a quick AI-powered blueprint I just implemented, and you can too. No code stack. Let me zoom in here. Using software table, make.com, I created a secure, okay. Potentially what I want to do is also, maybe generate an image, that's ready to go. Or I might have that be done in a separate step. Yeah, let's just save stuff to our table at the moment. So let's update record. I'm just going to duplicate that. Okay, grab this, drag it here, connect it. And let's just save everything to the same Airtable as we have been saving. So what I want to do here is essentially find a way to update the same Airtable record, which I believe can be done through the YouTube URL right here. So here, yeah, I need to search and then I need to update. So let me just duplicate the search as well. And then we can have it go like this. So we can search to find the record based on the URL. So we'll know what to, or where to upload that record. And this should only give me one item, great, because there would only be one YouTube URL right there. And then I'm going to update that record, specifically the URL field. So here, just going to delete that. I'm going to update the, I'll need to refresh this first of all. Can delete this, and here I have the LinkedIn post. So here, if I go to LinkedIn post creator, I can just upload or update that. What I'm going to do, just to see what this looks like, is hit test tab. And over here, if I go to my Airtable, I should be able to pull up the record where the LinkedIn post has just been updated, which is this right here. So if I scroll to the end, over here, I should get the LinkedIn post. Great. What I might want to do is not have any markdown in the output, because this is LinkedIn and this will have no effect whatsoever. So if I go to LinkedIn and then start a post, if I were to paste this in, it would just look weird with the asterisk right there. Also potentially remove the emoji from the beginning. Remove the hashtags, yeah. So no emoji at the beginning, remove asterisk. And I don't like the hashtags. So let's just discard that. Let's go back here to this right here. And I'm going to update the prompt over here. going to switch to expression, expand this. I'm going to add a few rules. Do not output an emoji at the start. Do not output asterisk in your output. What else? Do not output hashtags in your output. Okay, set the step once more. Sweet. Let's go here, test step once more. And here we should get an updated version in a second. So let's just refresh this. Scroll back down. This seems to be the same as before. Or are we on a... Okay, I need to update actually, yeah, because there are two modules here. So now, yeah, this should be updated. So tired of thinking you need to be a developer to launch a secure login protected app with content generating features? It's possible. You don't need to write a single line of code. We get that. Okay, great. Then we get the practical tips. Sweet. So what I might do is just add an image generator in case I want to run with that. So let's just add that. So here, if I zoom out, I'm going to add a button. Let's call this LinkedIn image generator, which will connect to a webhook. And let's add a webhook here. And the way this will work is if we hit test workflow. Now obviously, yeah, this is going down the wrong route. It's going out down this route. So let's just disactivate that for now, or deactivate that. So we'll get some information sent to this webhook. So let's copy this. Let's go here and let's just say I'm going to send the record ID right here. So what this will do is we'll send the record ID of the row that was just sent. If you have a problem, check your formula text. So there's the URL, record ID is equal to, yeah, I have an extra quote right there. Hit create, and now we got the button, which let us just call LinkedIn button generator. In addition here, I also need to have an attachment, which is the LinkedIn image. So let's just get that added, because we know this will come in handy right here. I'm going to test this. I'm going to go back to NA10 and see whether I got the record ID, which I did right there. So now, once I get that, I can do an Airtable get a record, where I can get the record from my table, which is called that, from my database rather. The list is the, I believe, all videos. Great. The record ID will come from here. And let's just hit test step. So this will give me all the information on that record. If I go to the, yeah, in this case, I have no LinkedIn post, obviously. So let's just see if we can grab the same post that we were looking at, where we now have a LinkedIn post, which might be just that. Yep, this LinkedIn software plus Airtable. Great. So over here, let's just test the workflow with this specific URL. So I'm going to copy this, go to my browser, type in rec ID. I'm going to pass along that specific record ID, which I think is that one ending in CBR. So let's just see. Rec ID. Yep, the one ending in CBR. So let's just listen for an event. I'm going to submit this. So I'll get some information coming in. So rec ID, okay, here we go. Workflow was started. So now this kind of mimicked what would have come in if I press that button. So now over here, I can test this step and get all the information from the specific record. one of the items should be the LinkedIn post, which is this right here. Great. So now I'm going to make an HTTP request to replicate, which will be the image generator, or rather Flux, the image generator, this 1.1 Pro that I will use. If I go here and I look at API, first of all, let me just update the parameters needed. So there's the prompt, aspect ratio. Let's go with 16:9. Let's go with default. Let's go with JPEG. Output quality should be 100. And that's pretty much it. So now let's go to API. I'm going to go to HTTP, grab this curl request, go back to NA10, and let's just import that right here. The only thing I need to change right here is insert the replicate API token, which I'll do in a second. And then over here, I need to update this with the prompt. So I will also need to add another module here. Let's do OpenAI. And let's just say, let's choose the model. And I'm going to say, give me an image prompt based on this LinkedIn post. It needs to be less than 50 words and output is only one paragraph. If we don't do that, it might break the JSON that we're going to send to replicate. So this is definitely something I like doing in order to ensure that that doesn't happen. Okay, so once this loads, again, NA10 is being very slow sometimes. Over here, I'm just going to say, this is the LinkedIn post, and I'm just going to dump that over here. So if I scroll down, we should get the LinkedIn post right here. So let's just drag and drop that. Sweet, that's the step. Okay, great. Visualize a sleek, user-friendly, no-code dashboard with secure login. Okay, great. If we just pass it along to replicate, so let's name this replicate image call. Here I'm just going to pass along the prompt. For some reason, I'm also noticing that the JSON is incomplete, even though I updated the image size and the dimensions. This is not being included here. So what I'm going to do is go back here, go back to playground, and let's ensure this outputs in this using the settings that we want. So we have aspect ratio, which will be 16:9. We have output format in quotes, which will be JPG, I believe. Yep. And we have output quality, which will be a number. So no need to put that in quotes, 100. Copy this, go back to NA10, put a comma there, type those in. Now all that remains is to put in the replicate API key. So I'll just do that and come back to this in a second. All right, sweet. So I'm going to hit play there and see. So here, have the output right here. Okay, copy this, check if this is what I want. I mean, there's a bunch of text that I don't really want. So I need to go back here and just say, don't want text on the image. So let's test this one more time. Hit run once more. And here I'm also going to add a set node. So I'll just grab the output from my image. So that's that. Test step. And now let's see what we get. Create without code, login. I mean, not bad, nothing too special, I guess, for what I'm looking for. If I were to just take the prompt, go to something like rev.art and see what we get right here, just out of curiosity. So if I go to create, drop that prompt there, hit run, see what we get. In the meantime, what I want here is to save the information to Airtable. So here, just like we have this right here, let's do the same thing over here. So this I mean, we have the record ID already, so we don't need this. All we need is just to save using the record ID that we have from the Airtable module there. So let's just put that in there. And let's just update the LinkedIn image right here. The way to do this, since this is an attachment, is to use this notation. I'm going to say URL, I'm going to put colon, and then I'm going to put in the output from this right here. So put that in there. And now, if I hit that step, this should show up in my Airtable right here. Great. And yeah, it is quite, I think it's a bit more polished, I guess, on Rev. Laptop screen displays a modern, yeah, slightly more polished in this specific case. So I think it might be also be good to have different options rather than posting directly to LinkedIn. So we'll have different options and we'll be able to see which ones make the most sense before going to LinkedIn. So anyway, this is the end of this. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And in the meantime, check out the links in the description for blueprints and for further ways how I can help you with your AI and automation needs. I'll speak to you in the next video.